Hi, Pastor Nathan Deck with your hashtag Better Together devotion for today. And if you've been listening to me for any amount of time at all, you know that one of the big priorities for me in my life and in striving to be a faithful Christian is to follow discipleship as a pattern of life. That is, to be a disciple of Jesus, is to follow Jesus' teachings, to follow Jesus' way. And so this week, I thought I'd talk especially about what it means to be a disciple of Jesus Christ. And I want to hone in especially through the lens of Jesus' teachings in chapter 5 of the Gospel of Matthew. Now, if you don't know your Bible all that well, just know this, that if you've ever heard of the Sermon on the Mount, the Beatitudes, those quick little trite sayings that Jesus says, like, you are salt, you are light, you're a city on the hill, this chapter is where all of them come from. The Sermon on the Mountain was a big deal. It was a place within the Gospel of Matthew, the only Gospel that uses the word church and describes what it is to be a disciple in that regard. It's the only place within that whole text where that happens. And so one of the things that happens in the Gospel of Matthew is that the beginning of this whole scenario is that Jesus goes and he sees the crowds gathering around him. He sees the crowds, and so he goes up on a mountain and begins teaching them. Matthew chapter 5, verse 1. Now, here's the thing that this clues in for me as someone who wants to improve my life, someone who wants to go from point A to point B, someone who wants to have change and transformation for the better to happen. That is, I have to have a teacher. I have to have someone sitting on the mountain, someone above me, someone who has a different view, a different perspective than me. I need that mentor who can tell me that they've been down this road or to help me interpret this path, this road that I'm going on. I need that coach who's going to give me words of encouragement, words that help me see beyond my own ability so that I can get beyond where I am to where I need to be. Jesus functions in the Gospel of Matthew on the Sermon on the Mountain. When he sits down on the mountain and begins teaching the people, he functions as a teacher, as a coach, as a mentor, as a new Moses speaking the word from the mountain, experiencing God. This is what Jesus is functioning as. And all of us need that in our walk, in our life, in our journey. We all need to make sure that we have someone else who has been a little bit more experienced or a little bit different perspective or a little different way who is helping to guide us and lead us. If you don't have someone who is functioning as your teacher, mentor, coach, then how are you going to get beyond where you are? The scriptures tell us not to lean on our own understanding, but to trust in the Lord. And the Lord serves as a teacher and as a guide. But I think we need more than just the Bible and the scriptures. We also need someone who's going to be there physically, or Zoom-wise or something online-wise, who helps us move into this better together mentality, who helps us move into this discipleship journey. I have one. I love the person that I hang out with who helps guide me and helps me understand my life, who coaches me along things. I have different people, actually. I have somebody who's more of a mentor. I have another one who's kind of a cheerleader coach on the sidelines. I have a lot of different people that I lean on, look up to. They're more experienced than I am, and I trust them to help me be a better Christian, to help me be a better follower of Jesus, to help me get to better together. I challenge you today to think about who would be your teacher, your person that you would put up there on the mountain to help you out and giving you advice and giving you guidance and encouraging you to be better than you are and to seeing a different perspective and seeing more about who you are. Who would be your person on the mountain who would serve as your teacher, your mentor, your coach to help you get better together? Think about it, pray about it, and make sure you find him or her. Bye.